but he could not come. The nurses didn't know what to do. But they stood there. They stood there and they tried their best. When I saw these children, it's, flashed into my mind about my daughter. And I didn't want to give up. When you feel that you could save one life, it's like gold.
දැන් හිටපු සිවිල් වැසියන් ඇවිල්ලා ඒ කට්ටිය ගත්තා. අරගෙන දෙන්න දුන්න කව් වෙලා මෙයාව ටොලියකින් තියලා මට ටොලිය අල්ල ගන්නවත් වෙලාවක් නැහැ. මම පස්සෙන් දිව්වා පමණයි. පස්තොරවරු සහ නර්ස්ලා ගොඩ දෙනෙක් වට වෙලා එතන වෙලක් අය බඩ මිරිකලා මෙයාගේ කටින් ඇත්තටම වතුර යනවා මම දැක්කා. නර්ස්ලා ડોක්ටර්ස්ලා එතනින් පොඩ්ඩක් ඈත් වෙලා හිටියා. මම ළඟට වෙලා මම ඔළුව අතක ගා හිටියේ. එතකොට මම ගොඩාක් දුකටපත් වුණා. ටික වෙලාවක් තප්පර ගානක් යනකොට අස්තගල
පින්වත ළඟ හිටියා. මට කෑ ගහලා ඇන්නා. හිතාගන්න බෑ මොකද එයාත් බේරුණානේ කියලා මාර සතුටක් එදුනා.
ගොඩක් ආදරේ හිතුණා. එයා මාව බදා ගන්නකොට මම මොකද අපි දෙන්න ආදරේ කරන පටන් ගත්තු අවධිය.
එයා මාව බේරගත්තා කියලා දැනගත්තට පස්සේ එයාවම තමයි මට බඳින්න ඕනේ කියලා හිතුණා. දැන් මට පුතාලා දෙන්න කියලා ඇත්තටම සතුටුයි. සතුටින් සාමදානෙන් ඇත්තටම ඉන්න.
Take the van that I had hired for my family. I drive down the coast towards Goa. And the force of what happened that morning hits me. It destroyed everything. What I'm seeing is just the tip of the iceberg. I go into a fishing community and the seas rushed onto the land and I look up about a kilometer down the coast. The roads were destroyed, gone. There was no way you could get from Colombo to Gaul by road. All communications were down. And I made the decision that we must try to get a helicopter into Gaul.
We were realizing that roads and bridges for the first several hours thinking that Sri Lanka was the epicenter of the storm. But then there was a massive volume of information that was now flooding in from so many sources. We started to hear reports from India, from Malaysia, from Maldives, and from Thailand. Now we were calling everyone in the field. Everyone in the field was calling in to us. And we sent everybody to every location that we could think of. We just had no context for understanding a tsunami of that size and that magnitude. Nothing like this had ever happened in any of our lifetimes.
I don't understand at all. I was broken and I had this deep wound in my head. Everything was chaos, chaos. The local villagers started to gather up everybody that was still alive. And they're starting to evacuate us to the hospitals. I felt really alone. And I saw a guy with a cellular phone. And I asked him if I could use the phone. And he said that he would give it to me pleasure. There's no lines, like physically. The poles went down. There's no communication. And I said, let me try. So he handed the phone to me. And she answered. And I go like, Mommy, I'm fine. She was alive. I lost it. I just lost it. I was screaming. I was screaming so. And I think the conversation yesterday was still holding the phone and talking. I got her back. I got myself back. I got life back.
We managed to get a helicopter from Colombo. And then you start coming in towards Gaul, and then you can see from the air everything along the coast had been just blown away. And I remember being told about the trip. station, that train station had information that the train was heading straight into the tsunami. But there was no cell phone on the train, and that message couldn't be delivered.
There were local people that were ferrying people away from the train. We was just numb with shock and grief. I had made it back to my aunt and uncle. I just hugged them. They just held me. So that's when I was safe. And home. There's some beauty of saying goodbye to my mother when she was so vital and alive. She was 55 and young and healthy and beautiful. And I think I finally understand now being a mother. If you get a choice, you always want your children to survive. We had electricity so we could watch the news.
100 died when a train flipped over on its side and then waved, just carried it out towards the
We realized then how few people survived that train. Those odds have brought guilt, joy, understanding, the randomness, God's plan, however you want to call it. Watching the news over the next few days made me realize how lucky I was alive.
Interrupting the regular programming to bring you some breaking news from ABC News. The most powerful earthquake in 40 years triggered giant waves and tsunamis that
Hit without warning at the peak of the holiday season.
Many of the victims lived outside the range of the international tsunami warning system. Very interesting.
I remember hearing how these trains in Sri Lanka had been knocked off their rails. That was just mind-blowing, you know. I called my wife. She started to cry, and I remember crying as well. So it was tough. That was a big moment.
As it dawned on us that Sri Lanka had been devastated,
We were thinking, what more can we do? What can we do? And then the phone rang, I picked it up, and it was the U.S. State Department. I explained to them, this is an ocean-wide danger. You've got relationships and contact points and all the things we need to warn the coasts. We could see that the next large population that was in danger was the east coast of Africa. I said, please get the message out to the coastal populations. Kenya got the word ahead of the wave, and they did evacuate. We felt like at least we did something. At least hopefully we saved somebody.
Millions of people were waking up to news of an incredible tragedy. But quickly, incredible stories of survival started to emerge. And our coverage shifted to the rescue effort. to the hope that their loved one survived. To the sea. I look around and there's total devastation. I mean, every single one of the shacks had gone. The world has been wiped clean. And it's like your last man on earth. First thought is, where could she be? So I look around for Rachel. And at this point in time, I'm holding out hope against hope that she's made it. Because I know full well that she's a very strong swimmer. But deep, deep, deep down in my heart, I think she's dead. When the wave hit, we were walking through the marketplace. As the water started to go above my chest, I looked for Rachel, and I reached out and I grabbed the straps of the bikini top. The straps broke. And she went sailing past me. After the water subsided, I just headed back to the hotel, screaming for Rachel, knowing in my heart of hearts she's not there. Then I saw surprise. I realised when I saw some of the severity of the wounds coming in, some people may not make it unless we did something really, really fast. We're cut off, we're in the middle of nowhere. No idea when help was going to come. This is Armageddon.
是不是？我真的是屌你老母冚家拎啊！真啊，
It's totally different.
用 什么是鸡歪嘛？
I was very cheerful girl. I like to talk.
什么是
I like
懂啊？
to
真的
and I
懂
just
啊！
people and make people laugh. When I see the wave come towards me, I make decision to run up to the high place. But I'm still afraid that the wave will come back and kill me and kill everyone. Most people say you better go up to the hills. I see a lot of dead bodies laying on the beach. I saw this girl at the ground. She's about to die. And she said, please, if you see my family, tell them that I'm dying. Please grab her hand. And can you tell my parents that I'm Anna? I'm from Russians and I love this PP Island. And she's dying on my hand. And then I hear the scream of people. Please help me. Get me out of this place. I could not say no to everyone calling for help. And I feel like I have to help them. I could not run to just save myself. And I forgot about my fear. I make decision to go back. I have to help them.
I was battered, I was broken, and my right shoulder had dislocated. But I was lucky because I was able to walk. I was in reasonably good shape compared to everybody else who wasn't in good shape. If you are caught in any of the buildings, that wall of water smashes through that window, and everything in that room becomes a weapon. Not just a weapon that is desperately trying to kill you. There's a poor guy that was literally skilled on some metal in the reception. Hundreds of people had died, and many hundreds of people were injured. So I just said, is there anybody with medical experience? And they said, no. He said, well, what do you do? So I work in psychiatry. And he said, well, yeah, we can use a psychiatrist later on, but right now, we need someone with some medical training. And I thought, well, I've got some medical training, yeah. He said, well, you're it. This is way beyond anybody's capacity to deal with. You've got no supplies. I'm telling people to use bits of wooden slats as splints of people with broken legs. And then Sadie came in, and it was difficult for me to process how I was going to manage that.
Sally and I were by the pool when the wave came, and I said, just go and get somewhere high. And then I ran down the beach to try and help some people. And then we were separated soon after. When I found Sally, she obviously didn't think she was that badly hurt. But then when I
checked under the sheet. She had a deep gash right into her stomach, and that was all open, torn to shreds like you'd see in a shark attack. And then her foot, her ankle was all open, and her heel was sort of all hanging off. She was severe. And I had to be honest with her, I said, this is a toughie. She needs proper surgery. If I don't get her off this island today and get proper medical treatment, she's not gonna last the night. But the only way people can get to us was by boat.